How does nature fit into my life? I have never been one of those people who has truly and honestly been able to appreciate nature for all that it's worth. I think that this is something that will again come with time and maturity and age, but I'm not going to force myself to appreciate something that I don't naturally appreciate. And I'm not saying that this is a good trait. I actually think it's a bad trait because nature is such an amazing, beautiful, mind-blowing thing that it deserves to be appreciated. But it just doesn't play a large enough role in my life for me to have developed an opinion on it. Even when I go up to Flagstaff or I go up north for the weekend, I'm there for a couple hours, and since there's nothing much to do up there except for to sit back and enjoy nature, I almost go stir crazy because it's not my thing. I don't feel a connection to nature. I just feel like it exists. I don't know how it exists. I just know that it does exist. A lot of people say that God created nature and that God controls all nature. And I'm not going to deny or confirm that, but science does, on the other hand, science does explain nature, but only to a certain extent. And then you have to ask yourself, well, at the very beginning, where did the universe and where did all this nature really come from? It had to come from something. It couldn't have just came from science. And so that's when I ask myself, what divine or supernatural or godly power actually made nature and made the universe and created all of this at the very beginning? And again, I still do not have a confident belief in who created this. All I know is that I know that a higher power did create nature and the universe at the very beginning. My beliefs about the individual, and the importance or lack thereof the individuality. I am all about the individual and expressing the individual. This world has 7 billion people on it, and we cannot all be the same. We all have to be our own person. We all make our own decisions, some good, some bad. We all do it. But you need to, in MJism, you have to express yourself the way that you want to express yourself. Literally, like if you want to wear a pink tutu to school because not for attention, but because you want to wear a pink tutu to school, then you go on and you wear your pink tutu to school because that is something that made you happy or made you feel comfortable. That is the mood that you were in that day. And so you decide to not care what anybody else thinks, and you be an individual and you wear your tutu to school. Or whatever it is that you want to do, and you don't judge others. An individual that judges others is no better than the other person that they're judging. They're actually worse. Individuals who talk about people are very small. Individuals who talk about ideas are very big, in my opinion, if that makes sense. So if everybody was the same, the world would be such a boring place. That is why we need everybody in society to be their own person. So that way, everybody in society needs to be their own person. So that way, there can be expression, and different people can have different experiences, and other people can learn from other people. And so it's very important in MJism that you wake up each day and you worry about yourself and you make yourself happy by being an individual and expressing yourself the way that you want to be expressed. And it's your right to do so. And society needs you to do that, because society is just this big group of individuals, and every individual is different, and they have to be, or else the world would be just such a boring place. And I also believe that you were put on this earth to be who you feel like you should be. No one can dictate who you are supposed to be. So you just have to work on being you as an individual and expressing yourself the way that you want to express, and be loving and kind and care for others. That is what MJism is about. You can't, confiding to the norm doesn't even exist in MJism.